So, guys, welcome back to Inspire to Rise, and we are trying to be on the forefront of technology. And one of the burning questions in my mind was AGI versus Google search. Uh, the thing is that if we really think about it, a lot of these people, I even searched this on YouTube about AGI versus Google search. Let's talk about Google search firstly. So, right now we access google.com, we search for something xyz most probably, and this model has been profitable for Google since the past at least 2 decades or so that they have been running this model, and it has been great that they provide us with search results and then they provide us with ads in between, and the advertising industry is a multi-billion dollar industry, and that's how all of the advertising powers everything, and it's kind of something which shaped the web. Google is Google because of the money it gets through the advertising industry that relies on its back, that relies on the back of the AdSense and DoubleClick and all of those publisher programs, AdWords and everything else. So all of these programs in harmony create what is the giant known as Google. So what if I tell you that something new comes along and it can make Google search obsolete? So right now, when we use AI, when we use maybe something like OpenAI's ChatGPT or something else, if we start using this or maybe some sort of search like use case, if we start going into that sort of thing, if that happens, then it's a quite different kind of use case if you really think about it. And if you move in further and if you think about, for example, if I wanted to search something, so what do I want to search? What do I want to search on? Maybe I want to search about how can I get more page views on my blog. Maybe I want to search about this. I'm a blogger. So the first one, two, three, four, the first four results are all sponsored. These are ads. These do not serve me at all. And then if I move forward, then maybe SEMrush has an article which is ranking on the top where they are talking about how to get traffic to your blog, 14 actionable tips. Now contrast this to something like ChatGPT or some other AI model. So now I can ask ChatGPT, how can I get more traffic to my blog? So if I ask the same question to the AI model, then AI model, which has been trained on a lot of data set, and most probably the data set comes from all of those articles which were ranking on Google. But OpenAI and everybody else's crawlers are also crawling the web right now. And the thing is that I had a question and now I get the perfect result, and now I don't have to think about all of the different steps involved in here. I don't have to go through 10 articles in order to find the information that is valuable for me, because the crawler for this AI agent had already done that job, and it understands natural language, so it made something for me which is easy to understand for me. So this is how AI has evolved to this degree. Now, if I really think about all of this, why would I want to see one, two, three, four ads before I get to the actual information? And that too, I have to click on this, read the whole article and everything over here. And even in this, the loser here is SEMrush, because Google, what it did was it took the top eight answers from the post itself and it showed those answers as a snippet. So I got my answer in the initial top top 8 points only, and I don't need to click on the SEMrush website here. So this blog suddenly is of no use to me, and the article writers who paid so much time, effort, and attention in order to create that post, they are now out of a job. So maybe something along those lines. So maybe even if they are not out of a job, if you really think about it, why would anybody want to search the old way? I would say that this Google search is the old way, and this is the problem with Google. This is brings me back to my AGI versus Google search thing. There are not a lot of topics about this, and only this video by CNBC kind of was a little bit towards the point that I'm trying to hint at. The problem is that if you really think about it, if Google suddenly tries and brings forth an AI which can do all of the things that its users want, then Google, which has made a multi billion profitable industry out of advertising and search and everything else, their cash cow suddenly goes dry. And now there is no way in order to generate all of that money which had been coming in since a long time. And that's why AGI is such a big game changer, and that's why Google is still behind in this race, kind of behind in this race, because even with their launch of the Gemini advanced model, which is supposedly 1 million tokens, I asked it a question: how far are we from AGI? So this was the kind of response that Gemini advanced gave me. So it talked about challenges and uncertainties, expert opinions, and then it talked about challenges and uncertainties, expert opinions, and a lot of different things like importance of a cautious approach. It even gave me a conclusion like a blog post itself. But now, if I really think about it, I asked the same question to ChatGPT little while ago. So when I asked it, how far are we from AGI? So think about the response from here. So in the response that Google's Gemini Advanced gave, there was no point about how it's rapidly progressing or specialization versus generalization. This point was similar over here: expert opinions, challenges, and unknowns. And the thing is that I read both of these responses completely, and I liked the Chat GPT responds better, because I guess Google's Gemini Advance is still suffering from those issues about they are trying to be a lot politically correct, which is kind of hindering their own growth and everything else. But if you really think about all of this, the days of people trying to make a blog and then earning through those blogs, and all of these people trying to earn through their blogs, and all of that model, maybe we are entering that phase where that model will be completely out of context, and it won't be used anymore. Maybe that is the future that we are heading towards. So it's possible. And I guess I don't want to end this video on a sad note at all. The thing with AGI is that it would replace a lot of things that we are doing right now. Maybe something new opens up. Maybe there is a new position called as AI prompt generator, or somebody who can creatively manage AI for the time being until AGI is achieved. Because once AGI is achieved, it would have the intelligence level of a human and even further beyond. And then things would be different. Things would be different, and we are along here for a ride. I hope you are also along here for a ride. Do let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts about AI and everything else. And what do you think? Do you think that Google will be able to play catch up to maybe OpenAI and ChatGPT and all of these players? And would you want a search which is, because right now OpenAI is not open anymore. It's kind of like Microsoft's pet project right now. And similarly, if we talk about something else, maybe if we talk about Google's version, so Google's version would be different. And we are kind of heading into a future where there would be technocracy, where there would be the fact that the people with enormous access to AI would be the ones who would be making huge decisions for a lot of people. So that is something that we all have to worry about kind of a little bit. So I was not going to end this video on a bad note. So guys, stay inspired to rise. I'll see you guys soon in the next video.